And we are live.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this meeting of the Deep Creek Watershed Board of Zoning Appeals for the 20th day of February 2025. At this time, we request that you please turn off all your cellular devices. At this time, I call the meeting to order. The quorum is present, so let's begin. I am your acting board chair, Steve Nagy. Board members in attendance this afternoon are Michael Beard and Russell Sines. Also in attendance this afternoon is the zoning administrator, Bruce Metz. We are your Deep Creek Watershed Board of Zoning Appeals. We are appointed by the county commissioners and serve at their pleasure. The purpose of this board is to provide competent interpretation and full equitable application of the Deep Creek Watershed Zoning Ordinance. Gentlemen, you should have received in your packet a copy of the minutes of our last meeting. If you have reviewed them and have no additions or corrections, I ask for a motion to approve as written.
I make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Next page. All in favor? Aye, so moved. Moving on, this is a quasi-judicial proceeding. All board decisions are based on the provisions outlined in the zoning ordinance. Any persons intending to offer testimony will be sworn in. While this board will make every effort to come to a final decision this afternoon, the board has up to 10 days to render its decision if needed. Decisions by this board can be appealed to the Circuit Court of Garrett County for a period of 30 days from the date of the board's decision. For the benefit of those in attendance as well as those watching online, we request that you step up to the microphone before beginning your testimony. The application will be read into record. Bruce?
This, we have one case this month, and it is applied for by Mark A. Kafori for a variance. It is VR 844, and this variance is an application to request the construction of two porch roofs over an existing deck, which would extend to within 21 feet of the rear property line. The property is located at 43 Acorn Lane, Swanton, Maryland, tax map 59, parcel 602, lot 10, grid 20, and is zoned Lake Residential 1. And I do have one letter from the Department of Natural Resources. The planner too is Julia Vache, and she has sent a letter stating that the DNR has no qualms, no issues with this variance as described.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. Now will the applicant will step forward to the microphone and be sworn in. Do you swear and affirm that the testimony you are about to present to the Deep Creek Watershed Board of Zoning Appeals is the truth? If so, answer I do.
I do.
State your name and address for the record.
Bruce Swift, RPM Construction, 147A, Service Center Drive, Oakland, Maryland, 21550. I'm representing the Mark A. Kafori Legacy Trust this afternoon.
Proceed.
Okay, gentlemen, good afternoon. As I stated, I'm here on behalf of the Mark A. Kafori Legacy Trust. They are the owners of record of 43 Acorn Lane, Swanton, Maryland, 21561, and I am presenting testimony for case VR 844. This variance request is for relief from the 40-foot rear yard setback as described in the ordinance in 157.041 for properties in the LR1 district. We have requested relief up to 21 feet, but as you can see by the surveys that you have in front of you, our actual project won't encroach more than 24.5 feet. I didn't have the survey when I did the application, so I erred on the side of caution. The proposed structures are two 16 by 16 roof assemblies to be built on the existing deck and will not extend into the rear yard any further than the existing decks do at this time. The decks as built are conforming, and only the sections that are proposed to be covered require variance consideration. It's worth noting that had these lots been offered for sale with the buy down, as most lakefront properties are, this variance would not be necessary per 157.054 of our ordinance, special rear yard setbacks on lakefront lots. The fact that the buy down was not offered as part of this property is the only reason the variance is needed. Upon review of the original deeds, it appears that this lot, as well as many, if not all the lots on this road, were not offered for sale by the original developer with the buy down. The trust is the second owner after the original developer, and therefore had no opportunity to purchase the buy down during their ownership period. The fact that the buy down was not available to the trust for purchase in and of itself constitutes a significant hardship and practical difficulty in this application, because as previously stated, if the buy down was available, no variance would be required. The lot is substantially substandard in size at 0.787 of an acre and 125 feet in width at its widest point when compared to the minimum lot size called out in 157.041 of 1 acre and 150 feet wide. The lot is mostly exceptionally steep and irregular in shape. The variance as requested is the minimum required to accomplish the desired goal, and requires the variance mechanism be only sparingly utilized. The variance request is not contrary to public interest and only slightly visible from the neighboring properties at a hard 90 degrees from their primary line of sight to the lake. The variance as requested is in conformance with the requirements and standards of the ordinance. The variance as requested is in harmony with the general purpose and intent of the chapter and will not be injurious to the neighborhood or alter the character in any way or impair light, air, or views from the neighboring properties. The variance if granted will not change the use of the property or establish any use not permitted in the district. The granting of this variance is necessary to provide this property owner with the same reasonable use of their structure afforded others in a similar situation, and is the minimum variance required to do so. If the board is so inclined to grant this variance request, 157.162C requires a unanimous decision since only 3 voting members are present today. In conclusion, I respectfully request that the board grant this appeal for the variance as requested.
Gentlemen, anybody have any questions?
I don't have any questions.
Seeing as there's nobody else here, I assume we don't have anybody else either way. So at this time, we will close the public portion of the case and discuss it.
Thank you.
Any discussions?
I'm in favor of it.
I second it. Okay. All in favor? Bruce, you've been approved.
Thank you, gentlemen.
So moved.
Any old business we need to talk about?
No, sir.
Any new business we need to talk about?
No, sir.
Then I'm request a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Anybody second?
I guess that'd be me.
There's only one left here. All right, we are done.